What's up, guys? Welcome to Top 5 Niches of the Week, episode 156. I think you're really going to like the 5 niches this week. We've got one on the really high end, then we've got a couple in the middle end, and some that are a little bit fringe that aren't bestsellers, but sometimes these niches can grow to become bestsellers, or they're just the type of niches that get overlooked but can still make you some consistent sales, at least while they're seeing an uptick in demand. So let's get to it. We're going to start things off with a sales update, but first I just had to show you what I did yesterday in DC with Marielle, my sister, her boyfriend. So we all have Chihuahuas in our family. We have micro Chihuahuas, and they had this big running of the Chihuahuas festival. We entered Satoshi and Charles in the running. They actually do race them. And I realized that it's not as much about being fast as it is about the dog actually knowing to run to the person at the finish line. So we did not do too well, but it was still a great time. So I wanted to just share that photo because I thought it was nice. All right, let's look at my Amazon merch sales. So in the last week, I did 311 sales, and I made 243 of them on the US market for $918 in royalties. And I made probably just about another $200, give or take, maybe a little bit less from the international markets. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll link to my account in the description. I do post daily sales updates. All right, here are the top 10 trending designs right now, which should probably paint a pretty clear picture about what the top 5 niches of the week will be, or at least niche number 1 if you can't guess. This niche just refuses to die. It won't go away. So niche number 1 this week has to be my son-in-law is my favorite child. We've been seeing this design trending for some time. I don't know the exact origin story of it, but look at that first shirt. BSR of 839. Absolutely insane. When you see a BSR, 3 digits, I mean, all bets are off. Like that shirt is making so much money. I can't even project. You know what I mean? They're probably selling between, if I had to guess, like 70 to 100 sales a day, if not more, and that's my best guess. I've unfortunately never had a BSR of, I think the lowest BSR I ever had was about 2,600, if I recall, maybe 2,500. And that was years ago. So my son-in-law is my favorite child. This is only going to go up in demand as we get closer to Mother's Day, I think. So this is just crazy. And I just remember, I don't know how long ago it was. It was probably a month and a half, 2 months ago, when I first pointed this niche out, and anybody who really was a go-getter that jumped in and made some quality designs is probably doing quite well, at least hopefully has made a few sales. Because we know on the high end that they're just destroying. They're making so many sales. All right, niche number 2 this week. How about lupus awareness? We had the mental health awareness month in May, but how about lupus awareness also? So we have the purple. I wear purple for lupus awareness. And then there's a lot of kind of generic, like her fight is my fight, in month we wear color. You know what I mean? There's a lot. If you just wrote a list down of design styles that you could make for these types of niches that are related to kind of health, there's definitely some patterns, I would say, right? That you can apply to lupus, then you can apply to, other different, diseases. Lupus warrior. Yeah. So these are actually, look at the BSRs, 100K BSR, 115, 118, 134, 148, 149, 152. So these are selling really well and really consistently across the board on the high end. Also, what I love seeing is look at the 30-day average BSR on these niches, and then look at the current BSR. Like, we're seeing massive outperformance. This is the type of thing that you see typically with niches that are month-related, month-long niches. Typically in that first week of the month, you see the biggest spike in demand, and that's what we're seeing right here. But this will still be selling throughout the month, by the way. And some people are like me. They may not even remember that it's Lupus Awareness Month. Then they see the shirt selling and they say, oh, I want to get a shirt. You know what I mean? So this can actually, it's like a rising tide thing. As these get increased visibility just by demand, as a function of demand, you're going to see increased sales across the whole niche. And by the way, Podly does give both focus keywords and long tail keywords here, as well as what I would consider to be like single, maybe broad keywords. If you did want to either integrate those into your organic SEO or into your advertising campaigns, they are available on Podly. Podly, my niche research tool of choice for Amazon merch. Linked in the description for a discount. Niche number 3 this week is going to be King Charles. Now, this is something, it looks like the coronation was on May 6th, okay? And as a result of the coronation being yesterday, we can project a reduced demand for these shirts moving forward. That being said, can you still make sales here? Yes, you can. If you look at these existing BSRs, these shirts were probably seeing the peak demand yesterday during the coronation. So you can't ignore it when the entire niche has an average BSR of about, I don't know, 60,000 in the top 10. Like, that's a good indicator of strong sales, and that's why you're watching this video, right? You come to me to show you these things. In case you didn't know, there are shirts for King Charles coronation, King Charles III, selling quite well. All right, this one right here. I wasn't invited either. You know, some people put a fun spin on it. And if you need some assistance in designing your King Charles designs, of course, Creative Fabrica has everything under the sun. What I like is that when you perform a keyword search, by the way, at the very top, they say things like, can't find graphics you need? Make your own. And then it takes you to their Creative Fabrica Spark AI, where you can, they have like a bunch of different AI tools built in, but one of them is just text to image. Like, you put in a text prompt, it creates the images on demand. So check out Creative Fabrica. It's linked in the description. I know most of you guys already have subscriptions because it's a no-brainer. It's like $5 a month if you go with the annual deal, and you get, you get everything you need, because if you can't find it, you just use AI to create it. Niche number 4 this week. Oh, before niche number 4, check out my free mini course for anybody that wants to replicate my success for print on demand. It is linked in the description. I spent at least 30 hours writing it out, and I will deliver 1 lesson a day per day over 3 weeks to you. If you want to take me up on that, it is linked in the description. I just need your email address. And you can find a link to my print on demand Facebook group down there as well. I'd love to have you there. Niche number 4, how about this? This is where we get to more of the under the radar niches that aren't selling so well that it's on that everybody knows, yet they're still selling. All right. And yeah, a lot of these are absorbed on the high end, because we know that the designs that get the most sales, they get the most visibility, and it's like a feedback loop on Amazon. It's like this Amazon phenomenon where you make a sale, you get increased visibility, you make another sale because you had the increased visibility, which increases your visibility more, and then you make more sales, and it tends to be top heavy. But that being said, take a look. I mean, the BSRs in the top 10, they all, number one, they all have BSRs. So that's a good indicator. And a lot of them on at least the first row look to be outperforming their 30-day average BSR. So there are some sales being soaked up here. When we know Mother's Day is coming, but you're like, oh, but it's Mother's Day, I'm never going to make a sale there. Well, how about Fabuela, right? Abuela, but fabulous. And I didn't make this up, obviously. I'm just looking at the shirts that are selling. But of course, it's like, okay, Mother's Day, we put the Spanish spin on it. Well, number one, we not just mother, but grandmother. Then instead of English, we'd go to Spanish. And then we put like a fun little spin on it instead of Abuela, the Fabuela, right? It makes a lot of sense, but this is out of the box thinking. It's a very specific target audience that's buying this shirt. It's either, I don't know if they buy it for themselves. They probably get gifted it. But it makes a lot of sense to me. And there's definitely sales to be made for people that are hungry to do the due diligence to find niches like this. This is just proof that they're out there. All right, and you can find the keywords here in case you don't speak Spanish and need a little assistance. Podly will help you with that, just based on the existing listings that are already making sales here. All right, niche number 5. And this is Borracho Pero Buen Muchacho. And I took, famously, I took 3 years of Spanish in high school, but I didn't really, I'm not going to lie, I didn't learn that much. And it's not the teacher's fault. I just don't know if I was as committed as I should have been. So I had to go to Google Translate, and it looks like this translates to something along the lines of drunk, but good boy. So maybe it was a Cinco de Mayo type design, but check out the BSRs here. 99,000 for the top end, 182,000, 400,000, 762,000, then 1 million. So that's the first row. Now it's tough to know, right? Because maybe this is not Cinco de Mayo that's causing these designs to sell well. Look at the BSR 30 average on the top 2. Those are nice. Those are under 200K. When I see that, it's hard to know until you know, right? Until more time passes, if this is something that's going to become a future trend, or if this is something that just saw its spike in demand and then is going to fade into, the oblivion until it comes around next year. If it was a Cinco de Mayo thing, then we'll see the run up for Cinco de Mayo again. If I sit back and just watch, then it's going to be too late if it is a future trend, because everybody else is just going to jump in, right? It's print on demand. We're not talking about FBA here, where you have to go through all the research, spend all this money, get the production run, pay them to import it overseas, it's not that, right? We're talking about print on demand. We're talking about just making a nice design, uploading it, little keyword research. Of course, Podly's got our back for the keyword research as well. Also, anything that's bilingual, I like to put both the Spanish and the English, okay? Whether it's in the title or the bullets, you kind of have to make your mind up with regards to Amazon merch, but really whatever platform you're selling on, just make sure it's somewhere where it will get indexed. You know, if it's Etsy, put it in the tags. Amazon FBM, you can do the search terms, which is in the back end keywords that don't show up visibly on the front end. But when I'm selling like my FBA products, for instance, even if they're not related to a different language at all, I'll typically put the Spanish translations in the search terms on the back end because, again, they don't show up on the front end, but they get indexed on those keywords. So again, just kind of knowing the platforms we sell on can really benefit you over the long haul. All right. And this is where you either subscribe to my channel, take a course, read. I don't know if Amazon actually has a good resource for that, but you know, whatever. All right, here we go. Emerging trends. These are designs that are outperforming their 30-day average BSR. The first one looks to be related to, I can't really tell, Johnson and Moraes. It looks like maybe boxing or maybe UFC. Does that say UFC? No, it says one fight night. Now, that could just be like an official brand that needs to be manually filtered out of Podly. That's my guess, just based on how it looks. I highly doubt that that's something we have the rights to sell, so stay away. The Super Mamio shirts doing really well, but I would stay away from that. Haitian Flag Day looks like it's doing really well, and I remember last year, wasn't there like a, was it last year or the year before? There was a big like Haitian niche that did really well. Anyways, take a look. These are the emerging trends. This is also available in Podly. Basically shirts that are outperforming their 30-day average BSR significantly by a significant margin on a percentage basis. I like how they calculate it. Looking ahead, these are trends related to specific dates that are at least a month out. We have June 3rd, National Trails Day. June 4th, National Cheese Day. June 5th, World Environment Day. June 6th, National Yo-Yo Day. June 8th, Best Friends Day. All right. Here we go, the archive, looking at shirts that were trending 11 months ago. So this could be indicative of shirts that are going to be trending a month from now. We have Best Dad Ever, Love is Love, Professional Grandpa, 2 titles, Dad and Grandpa. It's not a dad bod, it's a father figure. So we have a lot of Juneteenth, Pride, and Father's Day, basically what we would expect. All right, removed designs. Here we go. These were removed in the last 2 weeks. Let's check it out. We have Happy Cinco de Mayo, but that got removed somehow. Purple for military kids got removed. Anyone but Biden, so anti-Biden got removed. Another Let's Go Brandon, anti-Biden got removed. Just be careful with those guys. Easily distracted by helicopters, 2 designs got removed. Easily distracted by rocks got removed. I'm not really sure, why some of these get removed, guys. It doesn't tell us. Just be careful. If we see a trend, then you kind of got to take notes, All right, and that's it for today's episode, guys. Quick reminder, I do have my full print on demand course that walks you through how to replicate exactly as I run my business. It's for beginners, but it also takes you from beginner to intermediate to expert, where you can automate most things. It walks you through everything, how I make 6-figure profits every single year. Updated for 2023, link in the description if you want to learn more. And my private community, guys, I go live twice a week. I answer questions with priority every single day. I do it all. I do everything that I can. On the first of every month, I share a design template. I share the upcoming niches for the next 60 days. I've got, Steven, the all-star $2.5 million Etsy seller, as a guest speaker this week. And it's only $75 a month if you want to join using the discounted link in the description. So, hey, if you book a one-on-one call with me, it costs a lot more than that. So hopefully somebody will take me up on that offer. I think it's a great deal. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. And I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.